Welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube where you can get a professional tarot card reading from a haunted house in a creepy graveyard, from a haunted chick like me with really, really cute dogs. I think they're there somewhere on the couch. I painted my hair today. It's not quite dry yet. I'm not really seeing the pastel colors come out yet. I am, which I just can't complain. I didn't want to go too crazy. I might try again after the live. Now that I know where my colors are. The pink is fine. I would have just been so much happier had the purple and the blue and the green and the purple and the blue and the green were showing, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm drinking a cup of sin. I found a dark cherry cordial hot chocolate hiding, and I sacrificed it to the kettle gods, and now I have a yummy cup of sin, which has been quite nice. If you just found us and we're not live, skip to the end for the free collective message. That's probably going to keep me up all night, so I'll probably be here for a while. How have you been, Tiffany? God, that hot chocolate was so good. So good. I better put the description in so that people can get the information they might want to get. And yes, you can vote every day. And it's free. I didn't work on the spirit box today. I just worked on my hair. I do have this spirit box, which I'm going to put on. I charged up the batteries a little bit. I've got the plug. I guess we'll put the REM pod on and see what we get. If there's any good spirits that might want to come by and hang out with us, touch the REM pod for us. Oh, hi, cutie pie. You sleepy? Good night. It's probably going to move because I'm going to start moving around. Oh, and the puppy's moving around now. Good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Did you just see that creepy lag too? What? What, Buttercup? What, Buttercup? Okay. I'll turn it off. I'll turn it back on when I'm not moving around. glad to hear you're doing good. If there's any good spirits that want to come hang out with us, please touch the REMpod or say something in the spirit box. Spirit, what's your name? Are there any good spirits there that want to come hang out with us, talk to us, anything? I probably just did that because I moved the spirit box away from it. So all you have to do, Spirit, is just touch the REMpod. I especially like the purple button, but here when the green goes off, it's stronger. Me. It just said, sounded like it said me. So I don't know how else to tell you, Spirit, how to talk into the spirit box, but I'm not sure. Hopefully this month at some point in time. Still got to make a coil for it. I guess the speaker's dying, even though I charged it for a little bit. Hey, Rhythm, how are you? Yeah, it's pretty loud in here. Did it just say money? Maybe it wants money. Do you want money, Spirit? Or is that your name? Is your name Money? Here you go, Spirit. Here's some money. Want some money? Here. Some money. Hey, you show slow. How are you, dear? Welcome to the Chammy. Or welcome back to the Chammy. I'm good. Thanks so much for asking. I hope you guys are doing well. Well, ghosts are communicating to all of us. But none of them are touching the REMpod, and none of them are saying anything through the spirit box. It's kind of hard to ignore it when it's overwhelmingly haunted here, so might as well join it. Yeah, I found the spirit box, so I'm just glad it's on. I did slow it down a little bit, so it's a little bit. Hi. What's your name, Spirit? It just said its name is Paul. Welcome back, Paul. Please don't touch the puppies. Don't touch me. Don't touch the people in the chat. Don't touch the other people in the house or the other dogs in the house. Please only touch yourself in the REMpod, right? Right. You can take your energy from the orgone generator, which is the yellow blinking light under the desk. It will give you light chi energy so that you can communicate more with us and move objects around more easily because it will give you the energy. Please don't take energy from us or the puppies or the electronics. We don't need it to be more haunted than it already is. It just said yes. Are you okay? You look like you're in a food coma or something.
You want to watch spooky movies and go to bed? 1999.
Used to it, comfortably numb, in her mommy's arms. You should see her when she is bouncing off the walls.
She's got puppy dog twinkle eyes.
She's just ready for bed, that's all. She ate her dinner not too long ago. She wants me to turn the lights off. She can go lay on the floor and go to bed. So cute. Now the spirit box is so quiet. Did the speaker die?
You ready to go night-night? You got your puppy dog twinkly eyes on.
Hey Sage, how are you, babe? Welcome back to the Chammy. Oh, the red's down the drain. I actually just put some pastels in it like a couple hours ago. I might have to do the blue and the purple again, but at least the pink stayed. How have you been, sweetheart? I think the spirit box speaker just died. I bet they'll be super active tomorrow. It is that time of year where it starts to get real haunted because of the stuff that happened during the Civil War here. And then it just gets increasingly more haunted as the next 6 months goes on until the beginning of the year. And then it starts to kind of get a little bit more quiet, not as haunted. And then the spring rolls around and gets closer to this time and it starts to get creepy again. Yeah, my dad's good. My dog's good. I'm good. Despite the fudgening. A really good friend of mine was taken hostage in Russia, but we're going to get him back. That's been going on for a long time. I haven't moved now. It just looks different because I'm at the desk, the same desk I'm always at, but I'm actually facing towards the couch and sitting on the couch. So the desk is right next to the couch. It is terrible. It's been hard to work. I cry every day. It's been difficult to eat, but I am getting back into the groove of things. Now that I I pretty much know what's going on, and at least they're alive. Yeah, I'm okay. I'll be all right. At least I know where they are now, and they're alive. I didn't know where they were a month ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago, but now I know. I'm just, it could be worse. It could be worse. I think the speaker died. Yeah, the speaker died. Oh well, no spirit box. I'll go put it on the charger. That's just me with the spirit box because I'm moving around. Be right back. I'm back. I'm sorry about the speaker. Oh, everything's pretty much awesome. I mean, if you guys check out the pinned comment, you can check out my music, and if you like it, you can vote for me every single day. I'm just gonna put some things in chat. so that anyone who maybe wants to come in and get a reading will know what's going on. So at least it'll be there. Thank you. Anybody doing anything special for 4th of July or anywhere, anything special for the weekend? Anywhere? Well, that sounds fun. I just love a good party. I'll be on several times tomorrow as well. I'm not really doing anything except working.
Hey there, puppy.
Roast marshmallows. Molly came to visit. The first time Molly came to visit, she asked me, like, what are some foods that I've never tried before? At the time, I'm very vegan, right? And she's like, but I've never done this before, so I want to do this and that and this. I'm like, okay, all right. But I told her that I'd never eaten clams raw from a restaurant. Like, I've never had them before. And I only had it shucked like right out of the river or the embankment at a party, a Christmas party actually. There's some pretty awesome apple cider, which was definitely spiked. I told her I would never do it again. I would never eat a shucked raw anything. But I told her I was up for her challenge and going to a restaurant and just trying one. Would I do it again? Sure. I would do it again. It's funny. She took a video of me eating it. It was not as terrifying as if you had shucked it right out of the water fresh. And I will have to say, the bit of champagne was flying. It was floating. But another thing I had never done, Molly came here and we did, was roast marshmallows and make s'mores. I'd never had s'mores before. So we made s'mores. Hey, Sage, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome back. It is very, very scary what's happening to Travis, and I just don't know what the next thing is. I sent everyone I could trying to find him for the last year. Finally, was just having some pizza and hanging out with Dad. And World News came on and was talking to Evan Gershkovich's parents, and they asked him, what do you think about the ex-vice president saying he'll get your son out in a day? And they're like, well, it's not just about our son. It's about Michael Travis Leak. It's about Paul Whelan and so many other of people who have been taken. And I was definitely in denial mid-bite into my pizza. So I let a day go by, and then I went about working. I was like, it can't be him. It can't be him. It just can't be. I'm just going to ignore it. It's not him. And somebody on the chat talked me into seeing if it was really him. And it was definitely really him. And I was in denial at first, which is the first stage of grief, is denial. So I started doing my research, since I made me realize a lot of things that, it just all made sense. It's like all the puzzle pieces I had found, all the puzzle pieces I had searched for, it just all made sense. Well, the point is to take as many bargaining chips as they can. Unfortunately. It's just like with Evan, just like with Brittany Griner, just like with Paul Whelan. Same thing. Bargaining chip. And he's incredibly intelligent. Travis is incredibly intelligent. He speaks multiple languages, including Russian. He's a U.S. paratrooper and Iraqi war veteran. So that's a pretty big bargaining chip. I don't know what's going on in their sick minds, but it's pretty freaky. Most of the news that I get is from Greek news, and then the people who are Russian but not in Russia talking about it, and then of course European news. Well, before any deals are made, they break them, torture them, to make them hopefully say things that they would never ever otherwise say. There's one video out there you can literally see, like, he's saying, there is no guilt, and they're like, admit it. We want you to admit it. But all the news media that has shown that video, from every single news media outlet has shown this video, but they all talking over the Russians, saying, admit it. We want you to admit it now. Admit it. Trying to persuade him into it. So, it ultimately comes down to you can clearly see, like, what's going on with all the other people is pretty much what's happening with them too. I would assume, because I know Brittany Griner had to go through being detained, and then being detained for months, pretrial detainment, and that took a very long time. And then she had her trial, and that took a very long time. And then they finally sent her to the penal colony, and that took some time to get her back. It can be yes, it can be. And it's so crazy because there are channels here that are telling us things that they're not telling us, like on the news in America. I don't know about other places, but I mean, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was as bad as it really is. I mean, now we've got North Korea sending 1.5 million troops to Ukraine. We've got South Korea on alert. There's a lot of intense things happening. But the mind is a powerful thing to waste. And your mind is stronger than all of that limiting belief in circumstance. But any of that stuff brings up for anybody. As sad as it is, as many hostages between here and there and everywhere, the thing going on with Israel, the thing going on with Palestine. As scary as it seems, there are so many other things to be thinking about that are good to help turn it around. You know, as if, and it's the same principle as if you're manifesting love, money, health, good fortune, a new home, you know, whatever it is that you want. It's the same principle. What is the ending that you want? And you serve it every day as if it's already happened. You serve it every day as if it's something like you have to take that pill to save your life, you know, to save everybody's life, you know, turning your thoughts, your feelings, your actions towards being more proactive. Like, I try not to sit around and, I mean, you know, of course it was difficult in the beginning, you know, when Travis went missing. I just assumed that he was just doing what he always does, you know, teaching English, doing his thing with his band. You know, it hasn't been much different. He's never been in trouble before. You know, why would he ever get in trouble at all? You know, I did ask him to come home. He's like, no, I'm fine. I really am fine. I feel safe in my home. Everything's going to be fine. So I just, you know, can't argue with that. This is not a person that's ever lied to me, hurt me. You know, this has been someone who's always been very honest and straightforward with me, someone who's always been good to me. So I assumed, you know, everyone else I've ever loved comes home from Russia safely. He's come home from Russia safely. Everything's going to be fine. I'm not going to sit here and argue with someone who, you know, has been someone I consider like a best friend for years. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue with him when we've never argued before. Going to start a fight over this. So I figured, you know, I would let it go. Then I got a scary message at a birthday party. I let it go. I figured, okay, so I know he would never mess with my head like this. This must just be a joke. This is just a joke, but it wasn't a joke, unfortunately. When I did find out eventually where he was, though, it was more difficult than it is today, for sure. Today I can get out of bed. I mean, but at least I'm not crying all day anymore. At least I'll be in touch pretty soon. And I'm in touch with his family now. So that makes all the difference as well. Oh, wow. It's always been crazy there. My family's from Russia and Ukraine. I remember being young. My parents would write to family there. and had to be careful. Yeah, my family's from Cyprus. So when it comes to seeing what's happened now, I've written books about this kind of stuff happened in Cyprus, between Turkey and Cyprus. So I can relate. Really can relate, Sage. Yeah, totally. Like when I'm writing him, I'm just sticking to, here's my accomplishments, here's my goals. I love you. I'm proud of you. Life is meaningful. Life is beautiful with you in it. That the weather's beautiful. You know, keep the dream alive. Love and blood. you know, because what else can I say? Um, so I'm sure you've heard of the hurricanes and the crazy weather over there. That's totally me. I'm gonna try to calm down. um, yeah, it's a beautiful country with good people, and I'm not afraid of him. I'm not afraid of the circumstances, and I am certainly not afraid of them. I just stay in. It's so easy for me to transport him here at home with me because he's been a household name for so many years. And I spent so many nights like this chatting with him, or so many days like this just with him and hanging out, that it's easy for me to transplant him there from his cell to my home in my head, as if it's already happened, as if he's come home already. And I don't know, we're doing something like we used to, planning something fun. What else can I do? I can't lay in bed and cry all day. You wouldn't want me to do that. And then I'd be of no good to anybody else. But when no one else would help me, I called the Greek Cypriot consular, and she said, "Why don't you try the White House?" So I tried the White House, tried U.S. State Department, tried the president, vice president. I tried the governor of California, because that's where Travis is from. Uh, the mayors, the governors, my mayors, just anybody. Like, where's my friend? Please help. And finally, Kamala Harris put me in touch with U.S. State Department, which put me in touch with his mom, which has really helped me to balance my feelings out, as well as my hope and my faith in the fact that everything's going to be fine. Yeah, it's what I do. I just keep putting out the good energy. Things have gone really well here. My rent's been lowered. Things have been fixed. Um, Neighbors that I was uncomfortable with are gone now. Um, hopefully they'll move on to bigger and better things, as well as bigger and better versions of themselves. Uh, all the way around, I just can't complain because I have a stable roof over my head. I believe I'm safe. I have beefed up the security, which has helped with my comfort. Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. Sending him love and courage. I wrote him a letter, and his lawyer should be giving it to him soon during a hearing. And I know the letter will definitely help him. I can't imagine, and I don't want to imagine what they've done to him. Because knowing Travis, he's a badass motherfucker. He's not going to admit to something that he did not do unless he's absolutely torn from the rack. Okay, definitely somebody who would be like taking the medieval rack before admitting to anything he's not done. And I don't know. I don't know how far it's gone. I don't want to know how far they've gone to try to break him. I just know it's upsetting to see some of the other ones too. Um, and I just hope that we'll see him again too soon. if not face to face, something. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No, I can't imagine it. You're right. I just can't imagine it. I just can't. Um, they just wanted to have another. They just wanted to have another. You know, uh, another bargaining chip. It was just somebody else out there who uh, was obeying the laws, and then one day they decided that whoever's in charge decided, well, that law's not in effect at this moment. Because we feel like it. I mean, now they'll take you to jail for an emoji over there. An emoji. That because I sit here in America, I can put that emoji up in my chat. Hey, JD, how are you, sweetheart? Happy 4th of July, y'all. Happy Wacky Wednesday. Thank you so much, Sage, for saying that. I really appreciate that. Travis can use all the strength, hope, and love he can get. I can't imagine what it's like and don't want to imagine what it's like being stuck in a place with people you have nothing in common with. I can't. And for so long. Yes. Yes, yes. I'm just waiting back. I'll just be waiting back to hear from him about, how I asked him how can I be best to help to him, his mom. So hopefully by August I'll have a letter back. I'm praying for a letter back. I hope I hear from him. My method of writing is a little bit more private and less public. I don't have to use snail mail, thank God, or disclose like where I am or anything like that. How's his mom? She seems to be in pretty good spirits. I think her and I are both doing a lot better since we met and have a little bit more idea of one another and what's kind of going on and how it came to this. I don't really, I watch the U.S. State Department briefings. I watch the Pentagon briefings, but I sometimes feel like they're not saying enough to us. Um, I know that if I know there's not enough time in the day to talk about all the news, but thinking about how on Father's Day, it's 2.5, 3 weeks ago, ISIS took the prison guards in K1, which is one of their prisons over there where they detain foreigners. And I can't imagine how the group that was detained got an axe or a rope or a knife, but they did. And they cut the bars off of the windows, crawled down onto the ground with a rope, and took prison guards with an axe. I mean, how? I just don't. I don't understand how. um, So that was really unnerving. And then just seeing that, just seeing, you know, certain leaders in the world visit each other and give each other cards and puppies was strange. It's been very strange. I think a lot of the people that are communicating about, you know, people who are just regular people like us in the world, like, you know, there's information and then there's misinformation. And I feel like they could tell us a little bit more. How to protect ourselves, how to prepare ourselves for certain events if they happen. But maybe it's good that they don't, because that way less of it will be likely to be creating mass hysteria, you know. Awesome, Tiffany. I'm glad you're here, honey. It's very sad and difficult for me to watch. I think it's 1420. I'm going to give you guys a channel where this kid goes around. He'll go around and watch like what the world looks like from his camera. He'll interview people on the street in Moscow, St. Petersburg, and even rural areas in Russia, just asking them not anything about like politics. Like he doesn't directly ask questions about the president over there or the president over here. It's more like, how are you doing living in rural Russia? Do you have enough food? What do you think of the West? What do you think of the war? Some of the stories, there are people who have been to the war and they're like, we don't understand. Like, we're broken. And they'll maybe give us a month off and then they put us right back in the meat grinder, even if we have broken legs and arms. Some of the channels on YouTube are talking about the mercenaries that have been hired. So the poor mercenaries, I know I shouldn't say poor mercenaries, but you know, you get hired to do a job and then you don't have a team to help you because nobody knows what they're doing, because supposedly all the people who are generals have started to turn on their brigades, started to turn on the leaders of that country. Many of them are just kids, poor people, people from prisons who don't know what they're doing. It's crazy. So I'm going to share some videos, from some different channels that I think that people should check it out. Because I knew nothing of this stuff. I mean, sometimes some of these people who are over there interviewing them, some of them think that we're the Nazis or that everyone else is a Nazi except people in that country, which is far from the truth. Far, far from the truth. It also led me to get more into the history of Russia, to learn more about it, which has been interesting because I had no idea that the Tsar was related to the family that is the monarchy in England. They're all cousins. And I just don't see how I just don't know if there's a future for those people. I feel like they're all in chains. If it's not physically, it's mentally. If it's not mentally, it's spiritually. Hi, Dad. I'm just on my live. What? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I'm looking for something. See, Dad? Can you get off of the screen in your pajamas, please? Yes, you're very much in my screen. They always want to walk in their pajamas and blah, 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 blah. Good night. Love you. Sorry about that. All right, let me get these links here. Let's see. So this guy is not in Russia, but he does report on what's going on. It's called Inside Russia. He did escape. So that's the current news there in that link. And then let me get you this one about this kid who goes around and will interview the generations younger than me, the generations that are older than me, the generations that are my parents' age. And it was the spirit box about a month ago, that started saying Michael Travis on the spirit box over and over for a couple of days. And then I saw the newscast, and then I was just like, this is just blowing my mind. So I really feel like the spirit box is something that is able to convey not only just hypernatural energy from the dead, but clearly hypernatural energy from the very living. And I say that because we have had another person who comes to the chat who is having an out-of-body experience. And, usually I ask the spirit box, what do we need to know today? Now, I've not told his mom anything about the ghost hunting thing or the spirit box because I don't want to scare her any more than she's already scared, because she's gone through a lot. So that's the video from Combat Veteran about the Chinese mercenaries who they're out there on the field, have nobody to, they're losing. So the green light means that there is very high energy, high activity in the room now. Maybe it's the Russian Tsar, Nicholas II. If you're there, touch the REMpod. So those are two channels you might find interesting. One of them is Inside Russia. The other is called Combat Veteran. I have learned a lot. Let me get the kid who's like practically a teenager who has his own little TV show where he interviews Russians. Excuse me. You might find this channel very interesting. It doesn't seem to be the younger ones who think everybody else is Nazis. It seems to be the older ones who are like my dad's age. The younger ones seem a little bit more Americanized, like us younger folks from America. And what I mean is, I mean like 18 to 55. 18, maybe even to 65. You know, those, you know, I don't know so much about the younger boomers, but all pretty interesting videos there. What's even scarier is like the older ones who are like, oh yeah, if our country feels that we have to nuke the whole world, let him do it. So I hope you guys find those videos interesting. Hey Sophie, how are you, sweetheart? Thank you so much for your vote. You can vote every single day. Ow, my arm. Whoa, the Spiritbox is spiriting up. Oh, thank you, Sophie. I'm so glad that you liked it. I tried to paint my hair today, but I don't think the colors took, which is okay. I can always try again tomorrow. At least you can see the pink. I was just hoping to have some like purples and blues in there. It's still a little bit wet. Look at how cute Ruby looks. She's passed out. Yep. The pink worked really well. But there should be some blues and purples. I don't know. I'll just have to see what it looks like tomorrow. I can see that the pink did take, but I was kind of hoping for some blues and greens and purples throughout it. Well, I can't believe we've already been here for almost an hour. I'm going to get the spirit box. I'm going to get the speaker in a minute. Yeah, I just really wanted it to be very subtle. Like I still want it to be that blonde color. And I want the pastels to be very subtle. I don't want them to be very vivid or real intense or anything. It's just kind of like barely there. And I did a color block, not that you can tell, but I'm freezing. I did a color block. There's a little bit of rainbow here, a little bit of rainbow here, but it's kind of blonde here and here. There's a little bit of pink in the back, but it's a little bit more blonde over here. I would have probably put in a color like a peach or a purple, but I'm really loving my blonde. I can kind of see some of the peach a little bit. I'm going to go get the spirit box and see what it's doing and hook up the speaker and leave you with a cute puppy.
Hi, honey. Yes, we're gonna go night-night so fresh. We're gonna go night-night so fresh.
I'm back. I'm kind of liking these pink highlights, but I might have to add some purple and blue. I guess the blue I had and the green I had and the purple I had wasn't pigmented enough. Sometimes pastels can be kind of tricky. I'll make sure to test the palette on paper towel before I put it on my hair next time. I just didn't. I was too lazy. I was like, let's get this hair painting over. Are there any good spirits that want to come hang out with us? Can you tell us your name? Excuse me. Spirit, what's your name? Do you have a name? Could you say that again, Spirit? What's your name? Spirit, I asked, what's your name? I just said what? Spirit, are you happy in your spirit life? That's the second time that creepy voice has come through and said that same word. Spirit, are you happy in your afterlife? Okay, Spirit, do you have any goals? Spirit, do you have any goals that you'd like to share with us? Yes? What are your goals? Spirit, how many spirits are there? How many spirits are there, Spirit? Spirit, what's your name? Spirit, if you can't tell us your name and you can't tell us how many of you are there tonight, can you at least please answer the question if you are happy in your spirit life? Yes? Were you once human? Sorry, it's late. I'm yawning. Okay, Spirit, can you tell us the year you passed away? Spirit, can you tell us the year that you passed away? Ten and 3. So maybe one of you passed away in 2003, one of you passed away in 2010? Do you know where you are right now, Spirit? Do you know where you are? In Texas. How are you, sweetheart? What it is? Ooh, yummy. I'm jelly. I want your Taco Bell. That sounded rude. You know what I mean. Spirit, what did you like to do for fun during your life? Awesome. You're off tomorrow. That means you'll be at least in one of my lives, right? I'm so thankful I have a little bit of wine for tomorrow. Isn't that always like DoorDash? Damn DoorDash. The Cantina Tacos. I haven't heard anything like that about that like here. What's a Cantina Taco? I guess I'll have to look. I guess I better make my way to Taco Health. Spirit, do you often visit this place, Taco? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so sorry that you have to see another person that I live with in their pajamas. That's my job. That's my job. Sorry. Shredded chicken. Ugh. I want that fake beef stuff. Not chicken. Yeah, I love green guac salsa. Yummy. Just give me all the veggies and weird veggie things and anything that's not an animal on it, please. If possible. Shredded chicken, it sounds so scary. It just sounds so scary. It sounds like a horror story. Why am I laughing? I'm doing much better than I have been. Just be quiet for a minute, Spirit. I'm doing much better than I have been. I really am. I like their pintos and cheese. Oh, look, I turned the spirit box off and Spirit's like, deep, gotta touch the REMpod deep. I really like pintos and cheese. If they let me, I'd eat that all the time. It's probably really bad for me. Sorry, Spirit, I had to just turn you off for a second. Okay. It's really adamant about being able to have its vocal cords on. I'm so glad you got to have Taco Bell. It's awesome. I had Taco Bell yesterday. The second time in 7 years. And I ordered it on Uber Eats the first time, and it came perfect. I've stopped using DoorDash for anything because that always happens. My food always gets gotten into, or things are missing, or things just aren't together. I finally got a hold of my friend's mom, and I wrote him a letter. She's going to give it to him at his hearing. She's going to give the letter to his lawyer, who's going to give him the letter in Moscow in a couple of days. So that'll be really good because I think the letter will be good for him, and give him some kind of light or joy or something in that cell of his. Everyone ate for $15. Oh, you got a refund. High five. Awesome. Yeah, no more crying myself to sleep. I do have my moments though. You spend every day with somebody for years. You establish a connection or a friendship, no matter how near or far. And I just feel like I have this chunk missing out of my heart. Like I can't message my friend whenever I want. I can't just talk to him anymore, and it really bothers me. But at least I can write letters now, so that helps. Hopefully they'll help him. What are you doing tomorrow? I've got some old sparklers. I hope they'll burn. I got a couple of fireworks I'm going to set off. I need to paint my hair again. I did paint it today, but it just It didn't take the color. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you saying that. I've written him to ask him how can I help him. How's the best way I can help him right now, and help his mom. I told him I don't want his story to get lost. I want to keep his story alive. And one way for me to be able to keep his story alive is for him to 100% wholeheartedly let me do it. Just let me do it. Oh, the pool. Yes, that's right. You inspired me to get a pool, and I'd been shopping for one, and I'm like, I need a good day to have a pool day, and I still didn't order the pool, and it's 4th of July tomorrow, so maybe I'll have to just I'll have to get my portable bathtub out there, just fill it up, pretend I'm swimming. Oh no, I haven't been able to do lives. Why? Tell me why. Order one even if it's small? With what? I wish I could. I'll look and see what I got on a card. But look, check this out. You just said that you can't do a live now after the latest iOS update. What effect? What phone? What update? And what's happening? The screen goes black. Is that on your phone? Okay, on the phone. And what happens when you try it from like a laptop? Have you tried that yet? I want to help you, Spirit. How can we help you? Look, dude, I've got 2 iPhone 8s. Granted, both of them are cracked on the screen right now. One of them I have to take to Apple to get fixed because I'm hoping that the last message that Travis sent me on WhatsApp is there. And then 2, the other one has to get fixed because it just has to get fixed. If you want one when I fix them, you can have the one that I didn't have when the last message came through from Travis. You can have the other iPhone 8. I'll just send it to you. You haven't had issues with StreamYard on your laptop? But what about just regular YouTube live? Like I'm using right now, or like when I use for my phone without using StreamYard or anything. Okay, how about this? I'll get my iPhone 15 ping 256 gigabytes, right? I'll give my dad my iPhone 8, and I'll give you my dad's iPhone 7. How about that? Well, try the darn YouTube on the laptop now. Why you ain't trying that, boy? Come on now. Listen, check this out first. So one reason that your YouTube might not be going live on your iOS and it might not even work on your laptop is because sometimes there's different settings under the little thing where it's like, do you want to put this on a playlist? Do you want to use a picture? What do you want to use as your hashtags? There's 2 very important things that might be blacking out the screen that I noticed when I had the same black screen of death. I had to absolutely click. 1, do not offer my content, like 18 and up only. This is not made for kids, and do not let any age see it anyways. Like, you have to be certain about that, okay? We know that you don't want people who are 12-year-olds watching you smoke cigars or in the chat, so make sure you're watching that kind of stuff as well when you're picking in the settings. And then the newest setting is they're going to want to ask you, hey, do you have any artificial intelligence helping you make this video, helping you make your picture, any AI whatsoever in this included? Which is kind of funny because you're actually using our artificial intelligence just to use the camera. But make sure you have all that clicked, and then see if it still works. It might not be the update, and it might just be the settings you've got, dear. So check all the settings twice. Let me just okay. So I'm just gonna click live. I'm gonna click live. Okay, now I'm on the live. I'm gonna click live. All right. You can see the screen. So there's going to be an edit button like right there. And then it's going to bring all that stuff up. All right. You're going to put your title in. No, it's not made for kids. But you might want to click no, it's not made for kids. And then put the age restriction advanced. All right. You want to maybe see how I'm like, no, don't restrict my video, because what do I talk about? Tarot cards and dogs. Tarot cards and dogs. Like, that's all I talk about. And music. So you can choose if you want, yes, restrict my video to viewers over 18, or no, don't restrict my video. Then, you could even just make your live, like go to advanced settings, allow chat, allow reactions, enable monetization. You can do vertical, which is always recommended. I don't know if you have any of these features on a 6. I got a 6 somewhere. Add description is also really important. That will get you more views. But schedule for later as well. Don't know if you're scheduling for later, but these are all things that I had to make sure were done correctly. And then even sometimes I had to go back to redo the settings from the laptop for the live in the future that I was going to do from the phone. But try from the laptop, see if it does the same thing. Don't try to use StreamYard right now. Just try to use the basic YouTube app that you can download from Google. One thing I do like about it is that something happens in the Google app, in the YouTube app, you can always ask it to just open in Chrome. Sometimes I do that to save the live. All right, I'm just going to keep asking these ghost questions. Hey, Spirit, I'm back. So what is something you're proud of from your life, Spirit? You're proud of yourself from your life, okay? Were you happy with the life you lived, Spirit? Were you happy with the life that you lived, Spirit? World? Were you happy with the life that you lived, world? World, huh? Yes, we're in the world. We're in the world, Spirit. I'm on Earth. Are you on Earth? Where are you, Spirit? Do you know where you are right now? Is that the question you were answering from earlier? Gosh. Spirit, do you have a favorite place to visit or hang out? Is there anything, Spirit, that you miss about being alive? Tiffany, are you still there, sweetheart? Maybe we should document some of these questions I ask, and then that way when we do Estie's method, she's not here, and maybe that way. Hey, Cynthia, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome back to the Chammy. Maybe that way when Tiffany gets back, we'll talk about the questions to ask spirits, and then maybe she'll note them. And when we do Estie's method, maybe she can ask some of these questions for me without me knowing. Oh, there you are, Tiffany. Cool. Yeah, if some of these questions I ask, we should note them. Write down your favorite ones when I say them if you're around and you catch them or you watch this later. Find out, we can find out later if like any of these questions are relevant when we do a future Estie's method. Because I'm going to start doing Estie's methods again now that I'm feeling a little bit stronger and I'm not as scared to death for Travis. Okay, I think it would really help me take my mind off things. I think it will also help us connect with loved ones that maybe we haven't had a chance to connect with in a while since I've turned the spirit box off. And like I just asked if it knew where it was and it said the world. It was the advanced setting. Did it fix it, Texas? Yes. Yay, I'm so glad you came by and asked me about it. We fixed it. Yay. Awesome. So glad it's better. Cool, cool. Very cool. Spirit, do you enjoy music? And if so, what kind? Oh, when you click to watch it, it says something went wrong. And that's just from the phone? Have you written Google about it yet? All right. And maybe write Google about it. If you haven't written Google about it, write Google about it. It could just be a simple glitch in the matrix. You might just have to break down and get yourself a 256 gigabyte iPhone 8 like myself. It's only about $100. I know you don't want to spend $100, Daddy, but you might have to. I've never had a problem like that on my iPhone doing a live. Not on the 8 at least. Oh my god, there you go. Finally played. Alright, cool. Awesome. Spirit, where are you? Talk to us. You're welcome, sweetheart. Hey, Spirit, is there anything that you miss about being alive? Are there any spirits there that want to talk about their family? Are there any spirits that want to talk about their family? Spirit, I'm going to give you about a minute, 60 seconds to answer the questions. So we're running out of time. Spirit, do you have any special hobbies or special talents that you'd like to share with us today? Spirit? Spirit, what's your name? We've been asking you your name all night. Can you tell us your name, sweetheart? Okay, so we've got someone named Cal. Cal, is that your name? Did you say your name is Cal? Or is your name Hal? Is that you, Hal Gronholm? Hal Gronholm, are you there? Okay, if there's any spirits there that want to maybe share their historical events during any times they spent in the area. Like, were any of you here during the Civil War? Or were any of you buried here pre-Civil War or after? I mean, I know you were, so are any of those spirits with us today? Hey, Sugar, how are you, sweetheart? Happy 4th of July. Sorry, I got an itch. How are you, sweetheart? I put some pink in my hair, but you can't tell. But I don't want it to be I want it to be just subtle, but I think I need to do it again. So I'm going to trim it a little bit and paint it again because I want to see like a light blue and a purple in it and a light green. Like just very pastel. Like, is it there? Is it not there? Is it there? Is it not there? Oh, it's there. I see it. Something subtle, but not too vivid. Just something very subtle and romantic and sweet, like a piece of cake. What are you doing today, sweetheart? Are you doing anything fun? I always love 4th of July. I'll be real honest, it's like one of my favorite holidays. It's like, if not my favorite holiday, it's my mom's favorite holiday. And it kind of just became like this time of year that was just awesome for everybody. I don't know. It was just always so much fun. And she'd make a big fuss over it and make lots of wonderful food. I think she would make funeral potatoes, of course. Cornbread. She'd make ribs. She'd make chicken on the grill. She'd make kebabs. She'd do baked beans. We'd have corn on the cob. Everybody would come over. We would hang out and eat and watch sports and get ready for fireworks. We'd all walk down to the park together to watch fireworks. It was just amazing. So much fun. But I'm going to work all day tomorrow, so I will be here if you want to come hang out at all. I don't know if there'll be any place close by that will do fireworks, but usually they do them down by the river. And hey, Veronica, it's so good to see you, sweetheart. Happy 4th of July. Usually they do them down by the river, so we might be able to see some just by standing outside, which is like probably why I've become so lazy and not going out to find any place to watch fireworks. I do have some sparklers. I do have a couple of fireworks that I want to set off, but I get them, I store them, and then I never end up using them because people use them so much in the area it starts to stink, and I'm worried about the animals. But I do have my fireworks. I told myself I'm just gonna set them off no matter how sad I am today, and it'll be fun. Hopefully I can make it to the market. Hopefully there'll be a market open because I'd like to make something nice for dinner. I think I got some cornbread in there. I don't know what I would make with the cornbread. Maybe I'll make another beef bourguignon. I'm not sure. They're pretty easy to make and surprisingly super cheap to make as well. I mean, you just never know. All right, $5 taco box. What are your questions, babe? Your supermarkets are open on the 4th of July, right? It's not like Christmas or New Year's Day, is it? Okay. All right. We can't eat anything out anymore or go out to eat because my friend who lives with us, Micah, he has a black pepper allergy. So even just one molecule sets him off. And we don't want him to die, so I'm going to make something nice for dinner, but not, what we would typically eat, which would, usually we'll go over to his nanny's house because his nanny's birthday is on 4th of July. And now we can't go because he gets incredibly sick over even one molecule of black pepper. What are your questions, Veronica? Interesting you say that. I'm going to just keep those 2 cards out and we'll get to them in a minute, okay? Spirit, what does Veronica need to know about what it is that the certain person on their mind is embarrassed of? What are they embarrassed of, Spirit? Are they embarrassed about anything? And what does Veronica need to know about that? Did they literally tell you that they were embarrassed? They're excuse me, they're embarrassed. Excuse me. Quite possibly about the spirit connection, knowing nothing about it, wanting to know about it, but it kind of making them feel a little bit silly. And the home life. Okay? The traditional home life. They want to be fast, they want to be furious, but you're traditional. Okay? You're laid back, nice and easy. You like the creature comforts in life. Okay? This person does too. But this is the twin flame card. They must be feeling something that, like, it's not your class. It's not your personality. It's not your appearance. They feel bashful, embarrassed, and strange about the fact that they feel like there's some kind of special connection they can't explain that's supernatural or beyond their understanding. Does that make sense? In this 1111 card? So not understanding it, they'll blame it on anything that they do understand. I hope that somehow makes any sense. What are your other questions, sweetheart? It makes sense? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. The reputation thing. Okay, reputation. Is it that reputation thing that she's talking about? Like, oh, we're talking about supernatural stuff, spiritual stuff that's new age, which can make people think that your faith is lost. Yeah, it's just, it's causing conflict, even if it's something he wants, that spiritual deep connection and that 9 of Cups and that Queen of Pentacles. it causes some conflict because this person is not, it's almost as if it's been one way and one way only, and it's been very superficial in some way in the Nine of Pentacles. And I only say that because it's like this is about a very aesthetic person, this Nine of Pentacles, okay? It's about someone who's aesthetic energy, and that would include their reputation. Now, this person's always wanted more on the spiritual side of things. They've wanted that deep connection with somebody, but it's beyond them. It's like beyond them. It causes more conflict than really making them feel trustful and balanced, because they're kind of scared of the supernatural. They're kind of scared of anything that's a little bit more deep than just whatever is vanilla that's been taught to them that's spiritual. And I can understand that in some people. I really can. It takes a very brave soul to question even reality. Question how is this even happening? We're sitting here and the same plastic laptop that's made out of the same things that my human body is made out of, your human body is made out of, our thoughts, our feelings, is literally projecting me on the screen in front of you. I mean, it's chaos. So if I was to come through the screen and you could see the shape and the imprint of my hand move through the screen onto your screen, I mean, that's kind of like basically what we're talking about. This person's perception of reality, depth, spirituality, it scares them. It's almost like because you're so traditional in your spirituality, life, love, it's like there's something about you that's special. There's conflict. But he knows, you can't turn, you can't, the person still can't turn the fact of the idea that no matter how much it embarrasses them, or they're worried about their reputation, or even witchcraft or new age stuff, at the end of the day, they're still curious about you. Well, maybe it's time to find a modern alien for yourself. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, look at how the guy's dressed in this. Totally preppy. So while I'm saying that, you can see how traditional, normal, preppy, suburban, rich Midwest country club vibe in this card is, with his pink sweater and his khakis and his freshly white collared shirt. I mean, still, this is the 1111 card, the twin flame card, a soulmate card, a spiritual card about home and his heart. It's like his heart is torn between both. Like, he's got that to put up with. He's got that to live up to. Okay? He doesn't know how to take his Crocs off and chill out without serving that. He wouldn't know how to sit down and meditate if he tried. He wants to. He wants to learn. He wants to grow. But it embarrasses him. But could you imagine them if they would let that in? Could you imagine like how deep it would go, how much further it would go? Like, can you imagine that person if they would just allow themselves to be a bleeding heart liberal for 5 minutes spiritually? Might do them some good. But remember, they have to live up to suburban, rich, Midwest country club vibe. So there's only one or two ways to do that. Either you're a very genuine person, okay, and you come for money, all right, and you've always come for money no matter how broke you were, and you know what the rules are, and you know what the manners are, and you know what the mannerisms are. Or you're completely trash. You know, you're giving everybody the front that you're Johnny Vanilla, okay, while, you know, behind everybody's back you're snorting cocaine, and you think that all your ideas are brilliant, or you've got some kind of underlining you know, suburban rich Midwest country club vibe drug problem, and you're living in a McMansion only because, you know, you've got that going for you under your belt. I mean, that's pretty much all I've seen in places like that. You either really straight and narrow or really wiry and not straight and narrow. So he's got that to live up to, though. So everybody's going to expect him to be on the straight and narrow. So I get the vibe that he is the kind of straight and narrow kind of person. I don't get like a two-faced. I don't get a hiding any kind of anything energy from him. I don't see that in the cards. But I do see somebody who's pretty traditional. And what is it that embarrasses him about you? You know, that he wants to get hippie with you. Hippie with it. Maybe have your hips touch one or two times. But you're pretty traditional in the way that you are, and the things, you know, you know what you want. Sometimes it's easier for someone when they're with somebody and they don't know what they want, and they can kind of mold them and shape them, and, you know, kind of encourage them to go left or right. Whereas you're not like that. You know, you're a modern advanced woman, but you have traditional values that are spiritual, that might be a little bit far out there, different, unique, even considered new age or liberal. And those are all things that probably he's not used to. He probably has nannies. He's probably had someone his whole life pick up his drawers when they drop on the floor, or do his laundry for him at one point in his life. You know, he probably wouldn't know how to take care of himself if he tried. He's probably out there getting medical pedicures for all you know. Not that that's a bad thing, but I think that we need to check his feelings up for you, because the Four of Wands, despite it being a small pawn in the court compared to the Hierophant, you know, like where it's, you know, this person could be saying, wow, I would marry a girl like that, but it would cause so much conflict. We could even read it this way: but she makes me feel so good. Wonder if mommy would like her, sister would like her, or, you know, who else would she get along with if I feel this way about her? I just wish I could, you know, get into the aesthetics of something a little bit more spiritual and feel less scary about feeling free to dance with her in that unknowingness of that spiritual shift, that dimensional spiritual shift. Let me just see how he's feeling about you right now. So see, he knows he's spending a life cycle with you. He knows there's something special about you guys. He does want to give you an opportunity. He really does. Okay, even if you're wearing a hot pink jumper and yellow heels, he doesn't care. He feels special about you, but still he's got this whole image in his head of limiting beliefs and circumstances that he's been subconsciously programmed and doesn't realize it. And it clearly shows in that Five of Swords with the conflict. He doesn't want to argue about it. Okay, he doesn't want to make anyone feel bad, but he also doesn't know how to keep people from feeling bad, because sometimes, you know, his mental wealth might not always be that great. He doesn't want to argue, though. He's not really an argumentative kind of guy either. Yeah, all over the place, yeah. That totally makes sense. So I hope that's helped, because at the end of the day, it's really not about class. It's really not about the way you look. It's more about, you know, is she going to take out the Ouija board and we're going to fly on it? You know, or am I going to find out something about myself I might not want to find out? Like, maybe I could fall in love with this person, or, you know, it's 6 of one, half a dozen another. Who knows what his random fears are? You know, we're subconsciously programmed to think one thing, and then one day we have an epiphany and it's a total metaverse of realities upon realities that we can shift, at the moment of our thoughts and feelings. Spirit, does his friend, Veronica wants to know if this person of her interest if his friends had anything to do with it. Did his friends have anything to do with it? Did his friends have anything to do with it? Well, let me make sure all my cards are right. Did his friends have anything to do with anything or of it, or what does she need to know? Spirit said yeah. But they were just looking out for you guys. They were motivated to communicate, just to watch out for good reasons, not for bad reasons at all, in that Three of Wands. What's the energy behind it? The conflict. Wow. So once again, we got that conflict as the energy behind the motivation for them to communicate with him about what they're seeing. Okay? But only for the good, not for the bad. What did they talk about, Spirit? What did they talk about? Because there was obviously conflict between them, but he didn't want to argue. So what did they talk about? Oh, they don't want him to change. Reverse 8 of Cups. They don't want him to change. They're seeing him being so patient and in his emotions, and really wanting to give someone special something special, because he knows what he gives, he's going to get back that's good. And they don't want him to be the best version of himself in that way. Isn't that weird? Yeah, because they're jealous. And they're jealous and sneaky. 7 of Swords. Not his friends are jealous and sneaky, not him himself. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Hey, Sugar, welcome back, honey. So I hope that reading made sense, Veronica. I hope it helped. Yeah, sure, honey. What's your question, Sugar? I understand. I really do. All right, Sugar. PayPal, sweetheart. You listen, see, and that's another thing is, I think that you're the kind of woman, you want a guy who thinks for himself. You want a man who is going to feel like, the best part is danger staring him in the face. You're probably like me, where you're adventurous and you want the adventurous one that's not afraid to explore something they've never experienced. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my hair, it's in my way. Let me get it out of my face. I gotta trim it. That's interesting. When you start to randomly think of someone again and you haven't thought about them in a while, it's because they're thinking about you for sure. I will be right back. I just have to use the little girls' room. Oh, me too. And that sucked because I had older siblings and I would have loved to hang out with them more, but they worked and they had their own families. And my mom worked and my dad worked and everybody worked. So I was alone a lot of the time. Probably until about, definitely from the ages of 5 to 13. So alone a lot. Always in the care of somebody, but just yeah. I think that's why I've been very solitary. And even though I'm Even though I can be extremely extroverted, I can be extremely introverted too. Oh yeah, I was never into that stuff. I begged my parents to home teach me. Thank you so much for your donation, Sugar. I'm going to be right back. I just need to use the little girls' room real quick because I've been here for about 2 hours. I've had a nice glass of water.
What is it, precious? What is it, precious?
Here, let me turn the heating pad on for you.
Follow me, right? Really?
Hey, I'm back. Hey, Metal Rain, welcome back, sweetheart. Okay, Sugar, you want to ask about this guy from 2020? Just looking at your question. We close like. I like to go to the club, play my gig, and leave. Spirit, does this person ER? Do they think about Sugar? What do they think about Sugar? So they do think about you. All right, sweetheart. So they do think about you, Sugar. And this is how they see you. They see you as somebody who is quite enchanting. Someone who they remember being good to themselves and good to others in that high priestess. All right. They did have a conquest for you. Sometimes this conquest can mean they still wonder what you're up to. Do you have a boyfriend? Are you married? Would they date you? Would you date them? Would they get married to you? Would you get married to them? That Chariot card is all about conquest. And one thing for sure that men love is conquest. I just can't deny that. And then the Fool card showing that energy, it's almost as if they would have almost done anything for you, really, if you would have let them. They also feel like you are somebody who's adventurous, cultured, is not afraid to take a chance at something that feels right. Do you have any other questions, sweetheart? Because they have been thinking about you. I don't know why the puppy's in the hallway crying. He broke up with you? Yeah. It doesn't matter. He still has feelings for you. Yeah. So he knows he broke up with you, and he knew what it would do to you, but he didn't know what it would do to him in this 10 of Swords, this Death card, and the 3 of Swords. It broke his heart. His heart's still broken over it. He doesn't know why he did what he did. He when he looks back on it, he feels in that 6 of Swords that you guys, despite even being broken up now, there was a lot that was almost like as if you both could take each other away from like the burdens in life that are conflictive. That's what this person liked the most about their connection with you. Why did he do it? Why did he break up with her, Spirit? He was sad. He felt that maybe you were sad, or that the connection, it was as if like, okay, the light's on, but there was something that was scathing you. In this Queen of Pentacles, it could have been somebody in their family. It could have been an old girlfriend. It could have been another woman. He felt he had options, so he wanted to try out those options. But those options have just left him heartbroken. He hates what he did to you, to the both of you. He wishes he could take it back. He wishes he had stuck up more for you in that 7 of Wands. He wishes he would have put things more in order and been mature enough to take a hold of the situation in a more mature way. In that Emperor card with the energy behind this reading, okay? So he is thinking about you. Remember, Spirit has your back. Stay on your pedestal. It doesn't hurt to reach out and say, hey, hope you're doing well. Just thinking about you. Can't hurt. You got nothing to lose. 1 second. Stand in the hallway crying. There you go. Here. I'm back. Thank you, Sugar, so much for your donation. I appreciate it. Looks like Spirit ate the Spirit Box. I mean, the REMpod. Keep me updated, Sugar. Love you too, honey. I would just reach out and say, I don't know why I started thinking about you. Just wanted to make sure you're okay. Can't hurt. Spirit, are you still there? Hey, welcome back, Veronica. Hey, Spirit said hey at the same time I said hey. Yes, sweetheart, I got it. I see it. What are your questions, honey? Spirit, if you're there, are there any messages or feelings you wish to communicate? Let us know. Are there any messages or feelings you wish to communicate, Spirit? Yeah, I had to turn the lights off because puppy over here was sitting in the hallway literally crying. She wanted her cookies and the lights turned down, so I did that for her. They're so spoiled. You know me, I'm going to spoil them. You got them, spoil them. Spirit, what does the person in mind think about their age difference? Ooh, I'm going to ask this question about myself. Spirit, what is the person that is on Veronica's mind? What do they think of their age difference? They like it. They like it. High Priestess, they like it. They see something in you, despite the age difference, that they like. Something that's different, something that's unique, something that is enchanting, something that makes them feel good. That, once again, going back to that spiritual energy feeling, you know, they feel like there's a lot of options in regards to your happiness and balance, despite the age difference. It doesn't bother them. They think it's interesting and cool, actually, in this Page of Cups. They celebrate any age that anybody could reach and enjoy. Spirit, does that factor with the previous reading? Is that what you want me to ask Spirit? Does the age difference factor at all with the previous reading? Spirit says, yeah, it does within the community that you guys might be associated with, the age factor. Okay. There's 3 older women on the picture. So, but when you think about the 3 of Pentacles now, this is about people getting together and creating together despite the differences. It's almost like what you guys are creating, doing, and experiencing together is more important to them in that 3 of Pentacles than really the age difference. They're pretty balanced. They feel that you're trustworthy. They hope that you feel they're trustworthy. They'd like to think of themselves as trustworthy, balanced, and kind, even if they are kind of slow and hesitant in their connections with people. They're just careful, and maybe even overtly careful, because they don't know any better. They don't. They're not the kind of guy who's gonna get on a plane and go to Russia and become a rock star. They're just not. They're the kind of guy who's gonna stay in their home in that 4 of Wands that we pulled earlier. Staying conformed to traditional standards because that's what feels safe, but not too traditional. They don't want to be like an old fart or anything like that. Like I said, if they could just be a liberal, they could just be a bleeding liberal heart for 5 minutes and experience something different outside their norm that felt safe. They want that. They definitely want that. They just don't know how. They don't know where to start. They don't even know if something like that would be good for them. I know, right? I know. Well, excuse me, like I was telling Sugar, while all men have conquest, it is a little bit dumbed down in the 21st century because there are no countries that any normal, typical man could conquer on his own. Like Caesar or Alexander the Great or King Edward IV. Though there are still many men who have such brave hearts and don't know what to do with them, like this guy we're talking about tonight. What other questions do you have, sweetheart? Oh, you're great too, Tiffany. And you're great too, Veronica. And so are you, Sugar. Does it have anything to do with the way that she looks or looking younger or anything like that? I haven't really changed since I was 13, you guys. So yeah, it does have a lot to do with also you looking a lot younger. Does this person like this? They do like this. They feel like it gives your relationship, your connection, a lot of options. Okay, because one day you might walk in looking like an alien, and the next you might walk in looking like a cowgirl. They're always surprised by the options that you give them and come up with, and they like that. Let's see what the bottom card is. See, it gives them opportunity to be creative, feel balanced, feel like there's something different, something special in their life, gives opportunity to something unique in that Page of Pentacles. Because some of us can just get away with it. It's awesome. I saw the funniest video yesterday, like this woman who was, I guess she's almost 50, but she looks like she could even be in her 50s, and she looks like she's no more than 21. But she was saying in her short video about, she was comparing what women looked like in their 30s, 40s, and 50s in the 1950s. So she did her makeup and her hair like those women, and she's like, yep, it definitely has something to do with the hair and the makeup. Spirit, what are the physical traits that this person is turned on in regards to? Spirit, what is it are the physical traits about Veronica that turn on this person she hasn't questioned? So we've got the Fool card here. I would say it would definitely be the shape of your body, your hair, and the clothing that you dare to wear. Your smile. See how she's smiling on the card. Your strength. What what it looks like to be your physical strength that makes they're attracted to that. Your shoulders. See how she's looking over her shoulder. Your mind. This person thinks you're witty. You might even keep them up at night and make them feel like love is blind, like they're captivated by it, but it keeps them up at night. They after they really start thinking about it, they get warmed up to the idea of giving you an offering that would satisfy you both, help you both be more balanced, not only emotionally but financially more secure as well in that Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I always love to wear a new, different outfit. I sometimes always do that here too on the Chammy when I'm doing a live. Lately, it's been more cozier stuff because of the circumstances with just trying to take it easy on myself with everything going on, Excuse me. I can't imagine how you guys hear me over the fan and the air conditioner at the same time. My rising is not an air sign. My rising is a fire sign. So I used to be Scorpio, Taurus. Excuse me. But when there was that tsunami or whatever, an earthquake in 2004, it shifted the earth off its axis and changed everybody's astrological charts just a little bit. So my rising sign shifted into Sagittarius. So I've got a dash of, I've got Scorpio, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Taurus are some really hot energy going on in my chart, okay? I've got a dash of Leo, I've got a dash of Gemini, and I've got a dash of Libra. So there is some Aries, there is some Libra and some Gemini in there. A dash of it with the Leo Mars. I believe I have a Leo Mars. What do the women who want his attention think of Veronica? Yeah, they feel pretty sensitive about you. Emotionally sensitive for sure. Excuse me. Emotionally sensitive. They feel quite fishy and cold about it. In that Queen of Cups. See what else the cards say. Excuse me, I need a drink. I need another drink. But see, they also know, that you're a regular badass. So they see you, they don't know how to compete with somebody like an Empress. They can't. They just can't. And he kind of likes it in that King of Cups. So I hope this has helped. I hope it resonates. Leave the rest behind, but don't forget it because it might come up in the future, in the not too distant future. It's okay to be nosy. We're naturally curious by nature. We wouldn't be human if we were not. Excuse me. Hey, Metal Rain, how are you, sweetheart? All right, sweetheart, we can do another Tacobox, sure. One second, I gotta send something to a friend. Metal Rain, how have you been, sweetheart? You're good? Good. Yeah, I got the spirit box on. My friend's so fucking funny. She's like, what strength is this? I don't want to be nagged like a horse. Sorry, it's a personal joke. Just hold on. I gotta get a picture for my girlfriend. They don't have good lice medicine where she's at, so I sent her some, and she's like, how much do I use? I gotta get her the percentage. I think it's 6%, but I can't remember. Sorry about that, Veronica. Sorry about that, Metal Rain. I had to get Nikki some information so she could fix her hair and not turn into a horse or kill herself. She just woke up in London, so of course I'm the first person she's gonna message. Yep, that's the spirit box. What's your question, Veronica? What's going on with you, Metal Rain? You still there, dude? Awesome. I don't really have any updates other than I started to paint my hair today and none of the pastels took to my hair. Except for the pink a little bit, which is okay. I want it to be subtle. So I'm going to just add the blue and the purple in a little bit stronger tomorrow with the green, and hopefully it'll come out the way I want it to come out. I have been in touch with my friend Travis's mom. That's been really good for me. I wrote him a letter, and she's going to give it. They're going to be able to get it to him in a couple of days for me. So that also is awesome. I'm feeling a lot better too. What's going on with you? Okay, you can send the question, Veronica. You can send it in email, or you can send it on Instagram privately if you want to. Spirit, did this girl that Veronica's talking about force him to be with him? She forced him into it? No. No, she didn't force him into anything he didn't want to be in. Spirit, what does that girl that he's on and off again that Veronica is thinking about, what does that girl that's on and off again with her man that she's talking about think of Veronica? Knight of Cups. Three of Pentacles. Does she know something that we don't know? Like, this is literally the I want to marry you card. I think what she has against you is not so much that it's against you, but it's the fact that she knows how he really feels about you. I think that she knows that maybe he doesn't know that you might be the one for him within the community of the group of people that are there currently. That's what it is. His proposal towards you, his feelings for you, his dynamic with you. She wants that. She doesn't have what you guys have, and she wants it to be like what you guys. Spirit. What is their dynamic? What is that dynamic between the woman that Veronica's asking about and the guy on her mind? What's their dynamic? It looks like they work way too hard, almost make it a job to make it so perfect that at the end of the day it becomes so overwhelmingly judgmental and he becomes a stick in the mud. And that's why it goes off again, on again, off again, on again, because he wants to have balance. She wants to be judgmental and picky about everything in that judgment card. He wants, once again, balance. He wants that balance, that trustworthiness. Even if it takes a long time to get to the finish line, he wants it to be all in order. Okay? But all he feels like is that it's off again and on again because he feels like it's a job instead of a love story. Whereas with you, she sees the love story. She doesn't have that cup of love. Love is a big word here. There's a lot of love in friendship, and people forget that. So there must be some kind of love in your friendship, whether you're boyfriend, girlfriend, lovers, or whatever, something deep. Because here's the thing that we need to understand, ladies and gentlemen. The reason that Metal Rain and Ileana are going about the way they're going about is it's the vasopressin chemical. Okay, Ileana's getting off on the dopamine that she's getting from looking at her dog's eyes. Okay, but when she's looking into Metal Rain's eyes, it's almost like that effect, but because he's helping her with certain aspects of her life to better her life and the dog's life. All right. And she in some way is helping him with company or friendship or something that he likes about the dynamic that they have. Because as a man and a woman, I'm just expressing this is science. Okay. The vasopressin chemical that's let off between Metal Rain and the girl that he talks about in chat named Ileana, it creates that vasopressin because they're literally trying to figure stuff out together. Okay. To help her. And in some way or somehow that helps Metal Rain. Okay, and it makes him feel good at some point and in the connection, or when he sees her better herself because he likes her. To buy her vape, or she wasn't coming over for That is such a girl thing, though. That's so cute. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but it's just so cute. I love it. She would have come over anyways for 4th of July, but it's the reason she's doing that is because she sees something in you, Metal Rain, like you're her man, you're her guy, you're someone she can count on. So she feels like she can say that to you because, first of all, she feels that there's something about her that's deserving of it and that you should give it to her and that no one else should give it to her because then it wouldn't feel as special. Hey, I'm a girl. I know this game. Although I don't play it anymore. Unless I'm playing it with someone I really trust and they trust me and they know that I really need that $10. But I'm not going to hold it against them if they don't have it. But I know because I'm a girl, because this is what girls do when they like a guy and they want to test him out. Sad but true. Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're feeling, Veronica, for sure. I really do. So did you get her the vape? Did you ask, where can we go? I can buy it for you instead of just giving her the $10? Okay. Oh, good. You went with her. Cool. That's a good thing, though. It's not a bad thing because she could have just taken the $10 and disappeared. Oh, good, good. She must have really needed it. So vasopressin, Veronica. Let me get you guys a video about it, and then that way maybe it will help with, more bringing creative ideas into play with certain people in your lives that might help. I didn't really know what vasopressin was until a little bit earlier this year. But it helped me to understand why I feel the way I feel about some of my friends who are guys. And then why I feel less deeper about some other ones that I feel more deep about. This is called Your Guide to Vasopressin Bonding. I hope this helps. So, when you see those guys who have a bromance, it's the bromance. This is what the bromance chemical is. But this is very much a chemical that literally pair bonds man and woman together. It can pair bond anyone together, really, but it's really... you might enjoy that. Oh, so you work tomorrow, huh? Sometimes like I'll go through all the list of guys in my head that I've been friends with all my life. Okay, and the list is long because I've always been a tomboy. So I'll start to think about different guys that some of them I feel absolutely mad about, and then some of them I feel absolutely disgusted by, and then some of them, but yet I still want to be their friend because they're fun, and then some of them I just feel like, wow, I could spend the rest of my life with that person, but I don't even know why. You know what I mean? It's the vasopressin. It's the vasopressin. Think about birds. They mate for life pretty much. And they pair bond together through survival methods, working together to survive. Working together to make it better. Working together to create something more awesome than what they already have. So maybe there's some guys that, for me, that, they took a leap of faith on my music. They took a leap of faith in giving me $10. They took a leap of faith in helping me create an environment where I could obtain something that I wanted, or I could help them obtain something that they wanted, or we could help each other obtain something that we wanted, and that became instantly attractive. Whether they were Shrek or Fabio. And sometimes they were Shrek and Fabio at the same time. So, it's just, I mean, 6 of one, half a dozen of another, Metal Rain and Veronica. It's all going to come down to what you want, really, and what you're feeling. You are what you eat. You are what you think. Believe it or not. Shrek, yes. Shrek, I said Shrek. Oh man, if I didn't have my vape, the ADHD, oh my god, it would be so mentally crippling. If I didn't have my vape. And I'm not talking about nicotine. I am definitely in control of that for sure. I know I've relapsed over the last month, but I know that I'm able to sit down and rationalize that I don't need a cigarette. I'm no longer one of those people. I'm holding on to my cigarette butts in case I can't afford a pack. I'm not sitting around buying a pack, trying to smoke a pack. I'm not trying to vape nicotine. But it's different with the CBD. I know that sounds crazy, but like I have to have my hemp, or I feel after a couple days, I feel, like I'm gonna come unraveled. I'll be real honest. Yeah, I love Shrek. But yeah, so that's how I feel about it. Like she might feel about the same. She might have been gone a couple days without it, and she's about to come undone. That's what she said. What she said to you. She might also be on her moon cycle, or about to have her moon cycle. So she might be PMSing, and then she didn't have her vape, so it made it 10 times worse. Then maybe next time go for ice cream too. They have those cute little cups for $1.50 at the supermarket, Haagen-Dazs, or Ben and Jerry's. But just letting you know, much cheaper than ice cream shops. You can still have ice cream for cheap and fun, free, and almost barely practically free. So I'm just saying, add the ice cream next time because she's a girl. We're girls. We're girls. We want candy and ice cream and cake and vapes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You want to see her tomorrow. Yes, you do. I mean, is it really going to be 4th of July? 4th of July is like my favorite holiday, and I just don't know what I'm celebrating today. Other than we have our lives and we're here and it's good, and we don't have terrorists running around in the streets, and nobody's running around with guns right now and going crazy, and that I can see of. I know the news is really bad, but I got a Chica stick at home, but that's my candy. I don't know what that is, but okay. I want some M&Ms. Anybody got M&Ms? You can slip through the screen. I've been on a diet. I'll be real honest. I can't eat diet, but I'm trying. I try to make sure now I'm eating at least something once a day. Sometimes Dad will make me something, but I have been eating a little bit more since I'm feeling a little bit more stable. That I know Travis is at least alive. That makes me feel a lot better. And thanks, Spiritbox. Thanks for all your help. We appreciate it too. Excuse me. Oh, wow. I've been here for 3 hours. It's time to go 9-9. Metal Rain, do you want to get a free yes or no, or do you want to get a taco box? Let me know. Spirit, I got a question for you while we're still here real quick. Are there any messages or feelings that you would like to express to us before we turn off the spirit box? Quiet? You just want some quiet time? Okay. All right, we can give that to you, Spirit. We can give you some quiet time. Okay, you want to do a yes or no? What's your question, sweetheart? Thank you, Spirit, so much for coming by tonight and talking to us. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, I would totally love to do an Estes method tomorrow. And I say that because it's 4th of July, and this is like the time around when Sherman came and started getting prepared for the Civil War and all that crazy stuff. I have another 9-volt battery somewhere now that Spirit's eating it all up. Spirit, what does Zaria think of Veronica? What does Zaria think? Judgmentalness? Judgment. They might feel that they're too judgmental of you. You might feel they're too judgmental of you. They might feel you're judgmental. Yeah, they're just not sure. They're just not always sure about you. And that 7 of Cups, okay? Spirit, is Eliana's perception of metal rain improving? Is Eliana's perception of metal rain improving? What does she need to know about that, Spirit? I mean, what does metal rain need to know about that, Spirit? What does Eliana need to know about that? Let me make sure all my cards are even, upright, face down. I've got a couple of them that are face down. Okay. Spirit, is Eliana's perception so the energy behind your reading, Veronica, was the Page of Pentacles again. That was the card on the bottom of the deck. I just didn't show it. So what that would entail, once again, is that this person is just not sure about what to think about you. They would like to have an opportunity to know in that Page of Pentacles, but really they're just not sure. It's as if they're scanning it through their mind. What is it that they do really think about you? Because they don't want to be too judgmental, but they're judgmental in the fact that it's like they're trying to get a grasp of what they really do think and feel. See, they're just in this phase of thinking that. So, yeah, she's just not sure what to think. Spirit, is Eliana's perception of metal rain improving? Spirit says yes. She likes the aesthetics. So yeah, and that 9 of Pentacles. And the energy is Chariot. The car helps. She likes it that you have your car and that you take good care of yourself and that you take good care of your things. I hope that helps, Metal Rain. Yes, it is your mysteriousness. Yes, for sure. For sure. Because if you're intuitively picking up on that, that's definitely the right answer to go with. So I'm going to go ahead and do a free collective message. Let's see what Spirit needs us to know. I'm not really sure what those cards are. I'll just get Romance Angel cards and see. Spirit, what do we all need to know about our love lives on this 4th of July? What do we all need to know about our love lives on this 4th of July? Forgiving and... Did I really just freeze? Okay, so Spirit's message, what we need to know about our love lives. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Okay, this is the free collective message. This is what we need to know about our love lives currently. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present memories and moments. See what the bottom card is. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. All right, friends. Beings, ghosties, spirits, gadgets. Doppelgangers and demons, skinwalkers and vampires and werewolves. Good night. Sweet dreams. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Good night, Veronica. Good night, Metal Rain. Good night, Tiffany. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you for your donations. Thank you, Sugar, for coming by. Thank you for your donation. Maria's not here, but she did donate earlier. Texas, thanks so much for coming by and hanging out. Sophie, it was good to see you. Rhythm, thanks for coming by. You Show Slow, thanks for coming by. I think somebody else's tarot show came by. Oh, James Davis, thanks for coming by. JD, thanks for coming by. Let's see who else. Oh, Cynthia Almendro Tarot. Thanks so much for coming by and hanging out. Any hoodle noodles, be good to yourself with your thoughts. Like Sophia says from the Golden Girls, sayonara, arrivederci, kalanita. Sweet dreams when you get there. Happy 4th of July. Talk to you tomorrow. Coffee